Hey everyone, so today we are going to continue screening through the years. We are on our third film. So today we're stepping away from the supernatural horror and driving into one of the best suburban thriller of the 2000s, which is Disturbia. This movie was directed by DJ DJ Curry and starring Shia LaBeouf. This one drops during Shia's hot streak right between Transformers and Eagle Eye. It's loosely based on Hitchcock's Rear Window, but it was updated for the MySpace and flip phone generation. The story follows Kill, played by Shia LaBeouf, the teenager stuck on house arrest after a family tragedy. Out of boredom, he started spying on his neighbors, harmless at first until he realized one of them might be a serial killer, and things get wild from there. What I love about Disturbia is how it shifts tones. It starts off as a teen comedy, fun, a little bit awkward, and totally relatable. But then it slowly turned into a thriller film. One of the things I do love about the film is the music. I'll talk about that a little bit later from now. But from where I'm at right now, let's talk about the characters. You have Shia LaBeouf, you have his mom, his best friend, and his new neighbor. Um, so his mom is, well, she's a single mom now. So the tragedy is is that happened at the beginning of the film where the father and Shia LaBeouf, they go fishing, and on their way back, unfortunately, they have a car accident. The father passed away. So then Shia LaBeouf go, a year later, they jump a year later and they show Shia LaBeouf character in school, and he is kind of just he's kind of just what's the word I would use? I would say he's just kind of not really focused anymore in life. He's kind of just there, and so he's in the class. He's sleeping away. He's sleeping away. He's just sleeping, and he's not really paying attention. And the teacher calls upon him, and he's like the question is, what are you gonna do this summer? And you have to say it in Spanish. His friend there as well. He's he's real smart ass, so he gets up there and do his little speech. And of course, he kept saying perhaps in Spanish, which is some type of cuss word. I forget at the moment. But then Shia LaBeouf character gets called upon. He's asleep. The teacher kind of gets in his face and like, okay, what will your father think of you? Like you're not really doing anything with life. So then he punches the teacher. He gets a house arrest. That's how he got. That's how he get under house arrest. And so, like I said, he is bored as all hell, spying on neighbors, and he realized how creepy one of his neighbors is, and he started to feel like he is possibly a serial killer. And so that is, as you see on the screen, Mr. Turner. He is very sus. He's very he's doing a lot of weird stuff. Like he's walking around the house in this like very weird way, or it's just like he even invite this girl over, and from Shia LaBeouf character point of view, it looked like he's trying to harm her. And then there's other little incidents like the when Shia LaBeouf watching the news, they mentioned this car from this one woman who got killed, and then ironically, that's when the character pulls into the driveway with the same exact car with the same exact uh, uh, issues with the car that they said on the news. So this movie feels very 2000s, like the technology, the clothes, the way people talk, what they talk about, even you could say, because they mentioned, I think they mentioned like Facebook, and of course that haven't been a thing since forever at this point. One of the things that that had a big impression on me growing up is the music. If you don't know me, I am someone who grew up loving heavy metal music, and one of the reasons is this movie. The trailer when it first dropped, it dropped with System of a Down, one of their songs, "Lonely Day," which is how I got introduced into System of a Down is because of this movie and Linkin Park, and so that played a big part of my growing up. I like how the camera work in this film is. It does make you feel very isolated. The main character is very isolated in his house because he's under house arrest, and so even the camera work kind of suggests that he's stuck in place, stuck at this house. So he really nails that sick feeling of like just stuck there in the house. Ron is his best friend, which I would say Ron is the Asian character right there. He's like my favorite character in the film. He's a very smart ass type of character, unserious type of person. He brings his energy to the scene that's funny. He does his fake out death with his friend Kel, who played by Shia LaBeouf, which is Loki that was crazy to be doing because he just escaped from Mr. Turner's house, so therefore it's kind of weird for you to do a prank at that moment. But he was like, he can't help himself. The new neighbor is Ashley. You see her on screen as well. She plays the love interest of Shia LaBeouf character, and then you have Mr. Turner, who is the serial killer. He's very creepy, terrifying. I like this actor. I like this actor in this movie. He does come across creepy as all hell. He really fit this role. And then of course you have also the mom, who Shia LaBeouf mom. She's here and there. She's not like a big character, low key. If you really think about it, I think what's work in Disturbia is the how they build up the suspense and how they have all these small clues throughout the film. This is like these little moments that help you understand Mr. Turner a little bit more. There's also a cool study of this how of human behavior and how far are you willing to go to cross the line. Like Hale starts as this boring, nosy neighbor, but soon realize that there's the cost of looking too closely. Even though this movie's not really horror film, it's more like a mystery thriller film. I still want to put it in this category of Scream Through the Years. It's one of the movies I've watched thousands of times at this point. I even went as far as grabbing it on DVD many years ago. Okay, so one of my favorite moments is when Ron sneaks up in the house of Mr. Turner. It's the first time that it's one of those times that Kev was actually right, and it's one of those moments that so Kel he makes this camera that is like a live feed to the TV, and he sent his friend into the house because they at that point they needed to retrieve his phone because they left his phone in his car when he was trying to get the password to unlock the garage so they could investigate him more. And so he sent his friend in the house with his camera to get footage, but also get his phone back. That was one of my favorite scenes because he's in the house. Of course his goofy ass. He freaks out and just start because he hears something in the garage with him, and he freaks out and just start running through the house. And that was an interesting scene. That was a very terrifying scene, low key. Like especially you watch this movie in theaters, you got surround sound, and you you hear him running around in the house, and you can vaguely see things as he hold the camera. I think So I'm gonna get to my last thoughts. So if I were to rate this movie today, I would say a popcorn flick. It's not perfect. There are some things that make me question, like why is that or why is this? Like I don't think they never really explain why Mr. Turner is a serial killer. They kind of explain that he kills people or kills women, and just kind of move on to new area. No, it doesn't make sense how he getting away with it either. Cause he buys a house, he's killing these women, he stuff them in the basement, and then he just up and leave, disappears. I get that part, but I'm like, to buy a house, even back then, you have to sign like a bunch of paper, and you can't just put down a fake name. I think that was their way of saying that how he get away with it is that he put down a fake name, but I don't. I'm like, that's not believable for me, and it's not something I never really thought about until like I rewatch it and I know I was gonna do a movie review. I really paid attention to those little details, and I was like, that doesn't really make sense. And then I was wondering, like when the father got killed off, like I was wondering, like what was the end goal of that? Like, do they go after the person legally, the person who crashed into them? They ain't mention that at all. So there's little things they don't mention, and it is kind of like frustrating if you think too much about it. So does the movie hold up though? Yes, it does. It's a very good movie still, but I did rank it a little bit lower than I probably would have otherwise if I didn't watch the movie. If I just went on based on how I felt about it. I would have gave it like full price or whatever. But instead, I ranked it slightly under that, which is popcorn flick. It's still a great movie, still great to see. So that's my review of Disturbia. So what do you guys think about it? Drop your favorite scene in the comment section and tell me what you have been brave enough to go spy on a neighbor like Kel did. And make sure you follow my Twitch, which is Christopher KM1. Make sure you if you want to know any more updates on my next film that we're watching on my Twitch account, go on my Instagram, which is Christopher.art_216, Christopher with a K, art 216. See you guys for the next one.